everybody. Welcome to another episode of Positivity. We are here with the wonderful Sandra today. Hi, Sandra.
Hello there, Alex. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you, and I hope that you are too.
I am indeed on this lovely hot day.
I know. It's a bit, and where is this hot day for you? Whereabouts?
This hot day for me today actually is in Tring. So I live not far from here, just a village called Bovingdon, Hertfordshire, and our offices are 20 minutes away, and we officially sort of open our office for our colleagues the 6th of July, but we've had we've had some people that have actually requested to get back to the office to get away from their children and their partners. So
to say that we're recording.
So yes, so I'm in Tring today because it's nice and cool with my cup of tea.
Yeah, amazing. And what is in that cup of tea for you?
I am a nice, strong English cup of tea. Nothing fancy, no funny, smelly things. With milk and tea. So yes. Yeah.
That's great. That's what I like to hear, and that's what I've got as well. So
cheers.
Cheers. Lovely to see you. So obviously you've just said that you're back in the office. Can you just explain a little bit more about what you do and sort of how the crazy world of COVID has impacted your work?
Yeah, we are a HR outsource and HR consultancy company. So we look after lots of companies similar to yourselves that may not necessarily need full-time HR, but know that they need some HR. They've got themselves into their business where they know that they want to have that person to call up, they want to have that support, etc. So that's us. And we also provide add-on support to larger organisations that have got a HR structure but have got a particular project going on. So for us, oh God, COVID-19 and the run up to the 23rd of March, the month of March was just manic. It was manic for a number of reasons, because as a business, I have around 17 employees, and I'm sad to say this sounds sexist, but it's not, but HR world is full of lots of women. And I have lots of women that work for me that have children. So we literally started to hit those, from what you're doing, the schools were closing, people had to stay at home. So then we had customers contacting us because they had their employees with these issues. You then had stuff coming out with regards to what do I do, what's furlough. Now we just say furlough just as if. Do you remember at the beginning we didn't even know how to pronounce it? They used it in the briefing, didn't they, as to how to pronounce it. It's a Dutch word and you do this.
It's probably going to be the most commonly used word in 2020,
yeah.
I think.
Apparently the other most commonly used word in 2020 is you're on mute.
That is so funny, yes. You just press this one, you just need to press that one.
I know there's all the other funny thing is, somebody said that when did you ever used to walk into a meeting room and wave, hello? How often did you used to go, bye?
I'm going to expect that at the end of this call, please.
No. So, oh dear. So yes, so it has been, as much as I'm laughing because hysteria now at this stage of the game. No, I'm only joking. So it was really quite, and I remember that 23rd, that Monday, we had decided before Boris had said in the evening that's it, it's lockdown, that we just decided we needed to close the office. It just wasn't right. And we sort of have had a Zoom and etc. We were really fortunate that we had just gone over to Microsoft 365 and Teams. My husband, who's the other director of the business, is very much on the commercial side and the process and the systems and making sure that the business can operate properly. I just say yes to everything. He had made sure that we were all adapt and up to scratch and equipped to be able to working from home, IT wise, etc. So we knew that we were ready when we were ready to go, but it was really still quite upsetting that day.
Yeah,
it wasn't very nice, but we have been we've done a brilliant job. We literally, all our soft phones, everything worked still as if we were in the office. All of our phone systems still worked. We could transfer calls to each other. We had to put a couple of people on. I probably 7 people on furlough, and a lot of that wasn't because I didn't have the work, because they didn't have the childcare, or there was mainly it was just the childcare, and I think sort of my marketing side, I decided that would be a sensible thing to do. But we
and I think from your point of view, from a personal perspective, the 23rd of March was very much unknown territory for the whole country. But you, as a person, you had your employees to look after, as well as all your clients that were turning to you for help and advice. And I guess, how did you get through that? And so were you learning as you go, keeping positive?
We're really fortunate that we've got the people that work in HR are generally in HR because they enjoy HR. So this was all new information. It was all lots of different scenarios and it was all new experiences, and we'd all discuss them. We also have a really brilliant associate employment lawyer, Crossland Solicitors in Oxford, and they were brilliant. And they allowed us to, they would share, they would give us the information, and then we could then adapt that and share that knowledge to our customers. So we constantly, every single, you're one of our customers, we'd constantly keep sending stuff out to people, but trying to adapt it to suit what we knew that would be easy for people to understand.
Yes, yeah. And it's that communication, particularly at the start, is more important than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. It was, so it was a quite emotional time to start with. It was emotionally draining. Then getting into the routine of being at home and working from home, I probably had to go down and roll crash a little bit to sort of put my arms around everybody, because it's our business. And we still do, have a Zoom call at 9:30. We were doing it at 9, but Joe Wicks came along, and everybody had to do Joe Wicks from 9 till 9:30.
Got a lot to answer for, hasn't
he? He has. So 9:30, everybody would be on the call. And I have got permission to share with you something, which I'll share with you separately. And it's, we used to do videos. So when somebody was having a bit of a down day, and sadly one of our lovely ladies here, Sabrina, I was going to call her a girl, but she is a girl, she's 26, she's lovely and young. And she had, her grandfather sadly passed away during all this period. So we wanted to bring her some sunshine. So we made her a video of Bring Me Sunshine, and everybody at their own homes did a piece. Molly, who's our apprentice, did an amazing piece of pulling it together, and we created a video to make her smile. And then what then has happened is every single time there's a birthday during lockdown, we do these surprise videos of something.
Wow, that's amazing. I think amongst absolutely everything that's been going on, it's those things that everyone will remember, those small acts of kindness that go so much further than you can ever imagine as the person doing it. Wow.
Yeah, that's very true, isn't it?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Wow.
It's better, and then you've then just it's quite tough for customers, because thank heavens for furlough, thank heaven for grants. People can say what they want about the government, but that's been phenomenal and really helped. I suppose in a way it's a bit like we've been anaesthetised, and then suddenly now we're coming out of it though, and now we're involved in some projects in supporting some bigger companies with reorg programs and things. So the next few months are going to be busy and hard and tough and emotional again, because it's all stemmed around people, isn't it? So to get that, there are going to be some bad, sad news, and it's just about keeping everybody motivated, really.
No, I can imagine. And obviously your role within HR Inspire, it is to look after everyone and to ensure they're happy. But how have you been able to look after yourself? Has there been, how's your sort of social side
Lots
of
of
life?
gin.
Gin is
Lots of
always the
gin,
answer.
lots of alcohol. I have a dog called Lulu, who is the love of my life, and in order for my marriage to survive and my sanity to survive, one of us would do the morning walk and one of us would do the afternoon walk. As much as I live in a country lane and live literally in the country, I still would, if I was taking Lulu to the Chipperfield Woods, I'd jump in the car and we'd do the woods that way. Well, of course, we didn't drive for 2 months. So I've just found some amazing walks. So my technique was, we used to be up, do some emails, do the Zoom call, check in with everybody, even those that were furloughed used to come on, check what people were doing, check that everybody was fine. And then I'd then take Lulu for the morning walk and just literally just go walking, and just the two of us, and talk to neighbours that I never spoke to before, because I'd walk down the lane where all the time I used to moan that cars travel too fast down there. So yeah, just got talking to people I never spoke to. And there was a sort of a stage where I was thinking, I quite like this. Pause, breathe, and just take a look at life. So yeah, so it was okay, and then it then started to ramp up a bit again. So yeah, so my technique was, I had loads of plans. I had a friend who who was moving. This is the and she needed to get all of her furniture out, and she had a baby grand piano. So she said, does anybody want it? She was giving it away. So I took it. This was a week before lockdown, and had a plan that I was going to learn how to play the piano. But actually I haven't, because I haven't time, but it looks amazing in the hallway.
I was going to say, it looks good.
And the pictures look really nice on it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so, and I think everybody has learnt to slow down, haven't they? And it's really interesting what you said about neighbours, the local walks. Everything is on our doorstep, and we've never really discovered it before. So do you think that you will carry on with this when we reach the new normal and this new approach with work life as well as
yeah, definitely. We the plan is that we come back to work on the 6th of July, but we've got some really good software within sort of HR, and one of the softwares that we have is a thing called Breathe HR. There's another piece of software called Rota Cloud, and what we're using it for is it allows us to all have access via telephone, and people just put their hours in as to what they're going to work next week. So, and they know that we can only have a maximum of 6 people in the office. So if you haven't got yourself down to be in the office and there's 6 already showing, then that means you've got to work from home. So I think that we will likely be 40% of people's time is going to be working from home. We might well relook at what does our office look like come sort of January, February time. We were contemplating, is this the new way, and are we all going to now be working from home? But I think what we've proved in these last 3 weeks, where people have wanted to come back, and especially in our industry, we learn so much from each other from being together, and people have missed, because they don't want it all the time. They've missed getting together with their friends.
Yeah, and it's checking in with each other, isn't it? Or bouncing ideas. Yes, the Zoom call is great and has definitely got us through this time, but actually just checking in when you go and make a cup of tea, or think, small things like that you forget how important they are. I think
I know.
in organisations.
It is. It's those chats while you're making that cup of tea. It's going over to somebody and saying, I'm just going to pop down the road and get a sandwich, or I'll pop along with you. It's all of those things. So I think that we definitely, that will definitely change. But I think that we'll always still sort of have an office space. But I know that there are lots of businesses that are now rethinking that. But a lot of that as well is down to costs. And we're, as much as we need to review our costs, we are fortunate that we're a service industry, and we're servicing industry in people side of business, which is a high demand at the moment. So
and this time has humanized everyone. I remember you know, the other day I was on a call and an Amazon delivery arrived, and beforehand I'd have been mortified and probably just ignored the call. But actually, no, it's okay. You are allowed to get an Amazon delivery.
Yes, yes, I know.
And dogs jumping on the screen. Like,
yeah,
I think it really helps.
I know, definitely. And before, I used to be really obsessed with, so we need to go meet the customer. So you need to go and see your customer. You need to go and visit them. Now, they may be an hour's drive away. Where now we all know that, listen, we've done this for 3 months plus via this format. Let's continue it. And if not, it's even more so. And there's so many other businesses that are on Teams that it's literally just pressing the button and you can see them like you're there anyway. So it's really good.
Exactly. The only thing that I've learned is I've got a really boring backdrop when I have meetings. I feel like yours is amazing. Yours is great.
Well, I am in my office, and I do like my pictures. So yes. So
does that celebrate VE Day?
Do you know what? It probably does, doesn't it? It's an artist called Suzanne Hearn, and it's lovely. And I like her, and I like an artist called Kerry Darlington, I just like nice brightness, and it's quite apt. It does, doesn't it? It's very British.
Yeah.
Probably some things on there that you're too young to know. There's a chopper bike. There's Bagpuss.
Oh no, I know Bagpuss.
Yeah, all right. There's a thing called a marathon that's now called a Snickers. There's the Who, the Mods, and there's Mr. Ben. So yeah, so yes.
Oh yes, great. That's so good. So obviously, a lot of people have found, we've been talking before we started recording about new hobbies. They've rediscovered old programs on Netflix or podcasts and books. Has there been anything that you have discovered or rediscovered that you would recommend to anybody through this time?
Do you know what I have some regular Zoom catch-ups with friends where you've got your groups of friends, and I used to work for Dixon's Stores Group, so there's 3 of us called the Dixon's Bells, we name ourselves, and we talk every Sunday, and we have to say, what have we seen, what film do you recommend, what book are we reading? We started off, actually, one of the girls, Anne-Marie, is superb at this, and she started off by saying, we had to say, what are we glad about, sad about, and what's bad? So that was quite thought-provoking and got us going. But so no, I'm thinking all I've done is just watch a couple of films where they've recommended them. I watched The Gentleman actually the other night, which I thought was really good, which I know it's not everybody's taste, and whether that's the right one to say or not. I love Killing Eve, so I've been catching up on Killing Eve because I'd let that go. As much
it's been a popular choice. Yeah.
And also I am a Coronation Street fan, so all I kept on worrying about all the time was what's going to happen if there's not enough programs. And fortunately, Helen, one of our HR consultants, her husband works at ITV, and she kept on assuring me that there is going to be enough. Don't panic. So yes, so I've been enjoying my Coronation Street.
Yes, it's definitely my guilty pleasure. And talking of VE Day, they've only just had VE Day, haven't they?
I know, they just had it, didn't they? Yes, last night and the night before, yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's I lived with my dad, my parents for the start of lockdown because we were moving house, and they are Coronation Street fanatics. So
brilliant.
I've definitely got back into
it. Honestly, and that was my worry. What is my life going to be like? Because it's my, you know, people go, you watch Coronation? And I said, yeah. I said, and then because I sometimes don't get to watch it properly, I love doing a catch up at the weekend. And I love it when my husband's not there, because all he ever does is, oh, this is crap. And I said, do you know what? I don't need to listen to you going on. So I watch it in my own enjoyment. Yeah. But no, do you know what? We've survived, really. We've both of us at home. It's been good. It's been a really good opportunity to pause and to enjoy things. And we've watched some films and we've got into a couple of things, but nothing major, because we've been working every single day. We've not had a day off.
No, and nothing can compare to Coronation Street anyway. So
that's it.
would you even
so
try?
That's it. So it's literally been working every day. We have a holiday home in Devon, which has been a bit of a bummer because we'd had planned to be there quite a lot. So we've been trying to sort of manage bits and pieces of that.
You hope that you'll get over there.
Yeah, well, hopefully, because but lots of people have had to bump themselves to go. So we're hoping to get there for a week in July. So
amazing.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed that can happen.
Because we can work from anywhere. But I think it's going to be a while until I can actually take a holiday. So I do feel, if I'm honest, as much as I'm good, I am feeling really tired. I'm looking forward to having a good haircut, a good hair colour. I'm just looking forward to just going and just being pampered at the hairdressers. I'm also really looking forward to finishing work and saying the normal, which is, well, do you know what? I don't fancy cooking tonight. Should we go to the sleep?
Let's go to the pub, yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
No, and I think, again, I was talking to Julia about this. I think pubs and small businesses, people will really root around them when they reopen and really support. And again, showing that community aspect, the kindness aspect that we've been talking about.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Oh, Sandra, I could sit here chatting away all day, but I
bless you. No, and I've got business to run.
But my final question that I ask everybody is, we would love for you to be able to nominate somebody else to come on. Is there anyone that you would like to ask?
There is actually. It's a lady called Suzanne Hearn, and I can honestly say I've not met anybody who is more enthusiastic, motivated, and she has been my my rock for these last 3 months. One of my rocks. She's definitely somebody who exudes motivation and enthusiasm.
Yes. Oh, I'm excited to chat to her.
And I shall send you the video of our and feel free to use it.
Oh, thank you. No, that'd be amazing. We'll add it to the end of this recording so that everyone can see it and take some inspiration from it, I hope.
I hope so.
Yes. Oh, Sandra, thank you so much. Next time we will have Positivity, I think, which will be
that sounds a lot better. Yeah.
Early
this morning, but
nothing beats gin and tonic. Oh, thank you so much, Sandra.
You're welcome. See, I'm waving.
Oh, you did it. You did it.
Sabrinka, this is for you as our ray of sunshine to everybody. We all just want to send you our heartfelt condolences, but you are our little ray of sunshine and we miss you. We want to share a little bit of what you give to everybody back to you. So this is from all of us, your team at HR Inspire, to you. Alexa, play Bring Me Sunshine, Morecambe and Wise.
Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love, sweet love. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love.
Oh, bring me love, Elvis.